North Korea launched its longest-flying intercontinental ballistic missile on Thursday. South Korea's initial analysis has shown that the missile is presumed to be a new solid-fuel ICBM, which, according to Japan, traveled a record 86 minutes, the longest flight time ever recorded by the regime. The missile also reached a record height of around 7,000 kilometers. A professor at Dongguk University noted that this advancement is a threat.
The missile could fly a longer distance than existing ICBMs if it were to be launched at a normal angle. In that sense, it can be seen as an even bigger threat.
Professor Kim explained that such a launch could put the entire U.S. within striking range.
A desperate scene at a hospital in Gaza, where multiple wounded children are being treated. It's after an Israeli attack on a refugee camp. The offensive continuing despite a UN Security Council resolution demanding an immediate ceasefire, with the plight of the most innocent victims being discussed at the UN Independent Commission. Israeli lawmakers are also still banning the United Nations Relief and Works Agency from working in Israel and occupied territories.
A series of barrages fired from Lebanon hit northern Israel today, killing 7 people. They're the deadliest strikes to hit Israel since its military invaded southern Lebanon earlier this month. It follows Israeli airstrikes in the Baalbek region in Lebanon yesterday, after Israel issued an evacuation warning to residents the day before. Lebanon's health ministry said at least 19 people were killed. Israel says it's targeting the militant group Hezbollah.
Rescue teams searched for the missing in Spain on Thursday, after scores of people were killed in the country's worst flood-related disaster in modern history. A Spanish government minister said dozens and dozens of people were still unaccounted for, after a year's worth of rain fell in 8 hours in parts of the Valencia region on Tuesday. In the town of Paiporta, the epicenter of the disaster, people walked through mangled cars and debris as residents tried to clear the streets.
Germany has ordered the closure of all 3 Iranian consulates in the country. Authorities in Berlin said it was in response to the execution of Iranian German prisoner Jamshid Shamad, who was kidnapped in Dubai in 2020. His execution followed a trial last year that Germany and international rights groups dismissed as a sham. According to the Iranian judiciary, Shamad was put to death in Iran on Monday on terrorism charges. Iran accused him of planning a 2008 attack on a mosque that killed 14 people, including 5 women and a child.
Crowds of opposition supporters marched in several neighborhoods here in Maputo and in other cities. They say the recent presidential and parliamentary elections were rigged. The Electoral Commission says the ruling Frelimo party won. Now, supporters of opposition leader Venancio Mondlane have followed his call for a week-long strike. Police aren't taking any chances. At least 11 people were killed when they used tear gas and gunfire to break up protests last week.